Alright, welcome back. We've finished the tutorials and we're into chapter 1. Right here we've got the mission map, and as you can see we've got only one available to us. If we want to get into it, we can take any of the 3 characters that we unlocked before. They've each got 3 little status bars there. Not terribly important unless you're trying to go for high scores. But we're not going to be doing that just yet. What I'm going to be doing is going into the graffiti menu here. I mentioned that I was going to be doing something a little different with this LP, and that's pretty much going to be the graffiti system. Now, I'm not talking about unlocking the tags or the new things. As you can see, you start off with 9 graffitis unlocked. I'm just going through them here, see what we got. They're okay, I guess. The ones you start with are cooler than the optional ones, really. I always like things that are more colorful. But, fuck these things, we're not going to use them. This is what I'm getting into. Now, the neat thing about this game is that you have the option to create your own graffiti, and it gives you a pretty interesting engine to do so, but it's really finicky. You've got to be kind of careful with it. So, I'm going for a bit of a juvenile sense of humor here. I'm going to be trying to make 3 unique graffitis for every character in the game, and I'll be using all the different characters as we unlock them. I'll try to give them each their own distinct little character, I suppose. I'm going to be using Beat this time, and seeing as how the Rudies are so hated amongst the police, I assume they're doing something kind of annoying, so I gave him a bit of a juvenile sense of humor here. Yeah, that's good. As you can see, the letters are actually 3D assets. When you first print them out, they're incredibly small, so you have to go into the other menus and enlarge them, rearrange them, tilt them. The 5 buttons that you see here, there's move, resize, rotate, lens, and then color. The 4th one, that bubble looking thing, that's the lens. That enforces a really strange perspective onto the letters. It's kind of awkward because you have to put the size at the maximum value for anything to really come through there. I decided I didn't really like this background color, so I got rid of it. I mean, this is ass hat, so kind of have to get more of a fleshy color here. I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'm feeling good about this one. You actually got the S and the I to kind of merge together there. It's rare that the letters cooperate like that. They like to throw sort of fits with one another and glitch into each other, bleed through. Each of the letters has 2 values, the white and the black, and when you go through the patterns, there's different colors assigned to both of them, so it's actually kind of a neat system. I mean, you are limited in what you can do, but if you're creative and you kind of keep at it, you can actually make some really cool looking stuff. So, here's the ones I just came up with for a beat. Classy guy. And here's my favorite bit of it. As soon as you make them and choose which graffiti you want to utilize in the level, once you get back to the garage, assuming the game overloads it. There we go. That makes the game for me right there. Anyway, we've got our graffiti, let's get into the mission. For future videos, I will split the graffiti creation aside from the mission, so if you want to leave it a surprise, I suppose you could. Sup? And for our first mission, again, I'll be using Beat. I'll take Gum and Tab into the other areas. Alright, now, in case anyone was wondering, I'm not going to be going for the super unlockable characters in here. I am just not good enough at this game to get Jet on every single level. And in order to do so, I kind of have to neglect the other things I don't want to show off. I'm just hopping on a car here to grab this graffiti soul, unlocking a new one. And is a second one that I have to catch another car for. But again, like I said, the physics are a little bit awkward here. Sometimes you'll slide off the car, sometimes the car will scoop you up. And got the second one there. But like I said, I'm not going for the jet ratings in this level. In order to do so, you have to practice these levels a lot. You have to get the absolute optimum time, speed down, and you have to have more characters unlocked. The three statuses that I showed you earlier, power, technique, and graffiti. Power just refers to your life bar. See the orange bar up there? More power you have, more life you have. At the end of the level, it subtracts how much you have, and you get a bonus if you're at full health. The technique, that is how you do graffiti. There's 3 different ways to spray graffiti in this game. Everyone sprays the simple ones. There we go, twat. The single graffiti is everyone's identical. But for the 3-stroke and 7-stroke graffitis, there's different patterns. Pretty much easy, medium, and hard. This guy, Beat, he has the medium pattern. So you have to do a few more different directional swipes, but there's a lot of single strokes and double strokes.
Nice.
The more difficult killed characters have the hard one, which gives you more points, so you'll get the jet rating, but you have to practice it a lot more in order to make sure you don't screw up. Otherwise you'll lose a can and you'll lose out on the combo bonus.
Nice. Yeah.
Grabbing my 3rd soul and actually pulling off a sweet combo without crashing into anything for once.
Yeah.
Anyway, so power, life, technique is how you spray graffiti, how difficult it is, and the final thing is just graffiti. That's how many cans you can hold.
Nice.
Most characters can hold 15 to 20. Some of the other characters later on hold 30.
Make sure to back him up.
Ah, here we go, Captain Onishima. I love this guy. Believe it or not, he's the least threatening of the things that you'll encounter in this game.
Nice.
If you don't count the foot police there. I'm just pausing here as I'm trying to find out where he's hiding. There's a neat little thing you can do with most of the opposing forces in this game.
Nice.
I heard him to my right. I'll get him after I paint this. Like I said, this is the medium, so down, right curve, and then a double curve. That's the medium difficulty graffiti spray. If you touch him, he gets hurt, but if you touch him while you're invulnerable from the damage, then you knock him down, and you get to spray twat right onto his back.
Nice.
Or whatever your graffiti is. Like I said, anything that lets you interact with the game just makes it more fun. And here we get our first opportunity to test out the 7-stroke tag. Circle left, and I fuck up. Well, no one's perfect. Shitbag. Not bad. And once you spray the captain, he'll just throw a tantrum for the rest of the level. Oh yeah, I also meant to mention, those graffiti tags that you had to get by riding on the cars, you have to make sure you get those at the beginning of the level, because if you haven't noticed, the police have set up roadblocks. There's no more traffic here. Tokyo's finest. Not a jet, but not bad. These are still the easy level too.
Let's get scratching.
And on to Professor K.
I'm hijacking the airways and terrorizing you with tunes, cause we're gonna turn these dirty streets into one big dance party! Jet Set Radio! Those cats who ransacked Shibuya Cho turned out to be the Love Shockers. Love broke their hearts, and now they're looking to do some breaking of their own. Watch out for these psychos. When you see their heart-shaped graffiti around, you know someone somewhere is crying with the uki uki waku waku feeling. Can the GG save Shibuya Cho from the trap of love?
And with that, I'll see you next time.